So hello again, welcome to the business meetup today. I'm very excited about today's topic because I believe it's all about building a sustainable foundation for your life, for your business. Whether you're here live or watching the recording, I would love to hear in the chat or in the comments as we go along, what do you find your vision for your life, for your business? What are you wanting to create? Because someone might be listening and being your ideal client as well, or a colleague who would want to collaborate with you. So let's share what we are here to do. Well, welcome. Great to see you on camera. Most of you, Dana, hopefully next time. But hopefully you can hear us and be in the active in the chat so I can hear from you. So about today's topic, I promise to share with you 3 steps for aligning your personal priorities and your business priorities together. Why do I find this important is that, first of all, I hope that you're excited about your business, whatever you want to create in your life. Welcome, Olga. Great to hear. And let's actually start sharing in the chat. Where are you calling from? Because I know these are very international. We have experts from around the world. So great to hear from Florida. I'm here in Istanbul, Maryland, US. Maryland, yes. I believe you're friends, right? Yes, we got to connect. Great to meet you, Marcella, today. And I know, Olga, if you can hear us, you're calling from Norway, I believe so. So we have US and Europe represented today. So let me dive right in so we can really use this about half an hour together very effectively. And you can also find the link to the recordings for the previous meetups in the email. If not, please do email me, so I'll share the replays, because last week was very effective about pricing, how to set your personal income targets and how does that translate to your business, the services that you offer, putting a price to your value. Thank you. Okay. So I wanted to, for this week, I wanted us to talk about vision, because there is no business, there is no impact without a clear vision, and how we can create, make that a reality, let's say. Sorry, can I mute you? You can unmute when you have questions, but for the background noise, I'll just mute you. So yes, why vision is like, if we are not clear what we want to create, someone else is doing that for us. They are choosing like, okay, I need your help. Can you do this and that for me? Others then would choose how you use your time. And I want you to be in control of that. Who's with me can put me in the chat or raise your hand. So yes, thanks, thumbs up. Yes, me. Great to hear that, because I think that's like the most important, one of the most important things. Like, how can you feel that you're in control of your life, how you can use your time, what matters you the most? Because I don't know if you've been there before. I have, that I wasn't that clear on what I wanted to do. So I started to use my time on what other people found exciting. And this applies to my career and personal life. I started the hobbies that my boyfriend back then was doing. I started beach volleyball I'm very short, but I started beach volleyball because my boyfriend back then was doing that. And I had quit my hobbies, what I found important. And I was just like doing stuff that others were doing. Or at my work, of course, like I was enjoying my career, my corporate career in marketing, and getting new areas of responsibility and interesting projects, and to really grow. But that wasn't actually, I started my career on my plan B. So it wasn't my calling what to do. Really. Now that I'm more clear, I can just really use my time on what matters to me for my priorities, design my lifestyle and the business, and put those together. So why I talk about aligning your personal vision and your business vision together, because I believe that's the foundation for a life that you feel excited about. Because when we are starting a business, especially for solo entrepreneurs or small business owners, I hope that you want to be excited about what you're doing, because we're putting maybe sometimes long days, we put a lot of effort, we put a lot of thought into the strategy and building the business, helping the clients we want. So why not be building something that you're actually excited about? Can I see more hands? Who's with me? Who wants to be excited about the business they are running? Yes. So let me go to the 3 steps. That was a bit of an introduction. I don't want to be too much preaching here, but I just wanted to share why I feel that this is so important. Not only me, but what I also see in my clients, that they want to take the control in their hands. And this can mean like, okay, having more time freedom. What does that mean? So they can like work when they want, where they want, location freedom, and also the financial freedom, like what we talked about last week about pricing, is like, okay, you have the control of choosing how you value your time and your services, and of course how your clients then value that. So first, and if you have some to take notes, you can start writing once I go through these steps, so we can like use this very effectively. It's kind of a workshop session now. So first is a vision for your life. So I would advise you to list, for example, 3 to 5 most important priorities you have at the moment. Why do I say at the moment? Is that the priorities can change, especially if you have a new situation in your life, or some emotional events have happened. Maybe you became a mother and that changed a lot. Maybe you got laid off and that changed a lot. So what would be the priorities for you now? And make a list, 3 to 5. For us to feel fulfilled, it's usually 6 to 8 important life areas, but I want you to just like see what comes on top of your head. What will be the 3 to 5, because those are maybe the most important that you have. And then choosing, kind of identifying what will be the number 1 priority for you. And let's hear those in the chat when you're clear. For me, just as an example, when you're writing, I just keep talking. For me, it really helped when I noticed like, oh, the love and romantic relationship was the number 1 value for me. And I go a few years back. I met my husband 6 years ago, and that changed my life, my career, and I started to make changes in my life based on our relationship, because he was living in the US and I was living in Finland. So there's a lot of miles in between. And he relocated to London, and I was thinking, what can I do to move to London so that we can start living together? And of course, it was very scary. I left my 10-year corporate career in marketing. I left my permanent job. I had just bought an apartment, so I had a 25-year mortgage. I still do. And it was very scary for me to leave not only my home country and my family, my job, my friends, my interests, everything was there because I had been building like the secure, nice lifestyle for me in Helsinki. But then I noticed, like, in order for me to be happy in my life, I need to make some changes so that we can be together. Now, 6 years later, I can say that that was the right decision, though it was like very scary. But knowing that priority, like, I want to spend my life with this man who's now cooking for me some lunch there. So if you hear some cooking, that's him. When you know your number one priority, we normally make decisions based off of that, especially when it's a difficult situation. We rely on like, oh, what's the number one value for me? Okay, I hear see personal growth, number one, yes. Peace that surpasses all understanding, love, quality relationships, and relaxation. Relaxation tells me about well-being, so taking care of your health. That's often a very good value. Love, relationships, and I love the quality relationships. Yes, who do you want to surround yourself with? And especially then thinking this in the business as well. Maybe you want to collaborate. What kind of collaborations do you have? Mentors, coaches that can lift you up, because it's not always easy. So during those maybe challenges and tough times, how can you have the support around you in your personal, in your professional life? Okay, when you have your priorities, let's hear them in the chat. Number one, children, spending time with them, providing for them. Julian, leave my 9 to 5, have an online business. Yes, we talked about this today, and I was so excited to hear how this business comes together. And you're not alone, Marcella, because I hear more and more often that, and this is again about the control, like how can we take the control into our hands, how we want to work, when we want, where we want, how we want. And by how, I mean like, okay, if you choose to build your business, you can design it how you want, you can choose who are the clients you want to work with. And then the availability, we talked about, okay, how much you want to work in a year, how about how many months you want to take or weeks you want to take off to have time for your family. This is what I mean then designing. So when you're clear on your priorities, what's important for you, then we can start really like focusing, putting those things on our calendar, choosing like, oh, I want to work not 9 to 5, but for example, for me, I have clients in Europe and US. So I'm, for example, making myself available from the afternoon to late evening so that I can align. That works for me because I'm not a morning person. So I'm happy to start my days in the afternoon so I can have a workout in the morning and have good breakfast, do other things. We also work out with my husband. He's my best workout buddy. So we take care of our well-being together. Oh, I want to read more here. Freedom. Yes, Olga, you're not alone. We are freedom seekers here. Excitement about life. So can you be more specific? What makes you excited about life, for example? And giving value. What kind of value would that be? And then products or service to people, using less possible time on work to spend more time with my family and friends. Yes, I would love to hear how is it in your Well, it's not a new job anymore, but in your current job. Here, financial freedom, a partner in life, a community of people, a career that aligns with who I am, a healthy relationship with my body. And what does that mean, that you have a healthy relationship? How can you maybe measure that how you feel good? I know it's a little abstract, but maybe reflecting on that, what does it mean? Freedom to travel and spend time doing things I love outside of work. Yes, so here we are, aligning these priorities now to your professional life. Love it, love it. What I'm hearing in the chat, I hear similar things, so I'm glad that we can all come together and share these. So now that you're clear on your priorities, then think about the number one for you, because that will help you make decisions, whether it is health and you want to really like maybe work less, or whether it's your family. How much time do you want for your family? What do you want to do with your family? So we can start putting these into like concrete actions and have them in the calendar, so we are not missing them. Just as an example, these can be about setting boundaries. One of my clients was like, I want to spend more time with my daughter, but I'm working overtime. So we chose like, what is the time in the day that she closes her laptop? So this can be one priority. So to now make these into your life, like how can you live according to your priorities? And the second one, I want you to think about, what is the vision for the world? I was hearing these things in the chat already, kind of like how you want to provide value for others. So when you go deeper, what is that value that you want to create? And I know this sounds maybe cheesy, like, okay, vision for the world, but let me break it down what I mean. What is the transformation that you want to see in the world? If we start, for example, in the like bigger scheme, like a mission, what would be your mission here professionally? And for example, now for me, it's very clear that I want to help women experts like myself, who are like coaches, consultants, creative professionals, educators, who can run online income streams, how they can launch online income streams so that they can work at home or traveling. I hear many people want to travel more. We've been doing this digital nomad lifestyle now 2.5 years, traveling around the world, and that's been amazing. It suits us now. So these can of course change over time, but building your online business will allow you to travel more. I hear like a friend of mine wants to take her kids around the world to see different cultures as well. So how can she has very local business as a realtor, so how she can now build new income streams online so that she has more flexibility, if this makes sense. So of course it can be a combination, but I focus on the services, and I want to help women like myself to have that freedom life that I've been enjoying, because I see how much it has done for me. Like I've been really enjoying it. I never imagined this in my wildest dreams. And then I met my husband. Like I said, I left my home country. I was really like building this safe, secure lifestyle. And I don't mean that's wrong, but I noticed freedom is a more important value for me than the safety. So that's how I went for it and created a new lifestyle that I didn't imagine. I want to help women create and run Airbnb businesses so that they can create passive income and generational wealth. Yes, I love the legacy aspect. So you can think about what is the transformation you want to see in the world? What do you want to leave behind? That's the legacy part as well. So how can your impact like create a generational impact? And here in this case, the wealth. I love it. And why do I say this? It's like, yes, probably if you've heard a million times like how we feel fulfilled, we feel valued, we experience happiness and joy when we get to make a difference, how we can utilize our skills, our knowledge to make a difference. And I know like, okay, this might sound like impact in the world like super big, but just you can start by thinking like, oh, I don't like some situation. For example, I want to see women who feel stuck in their jobs or in their business to have the ability to create that wealth so that they can travel and create the lifestyle they want. So what does it mean? Then I start to break it down. Well, I want to focus on helping the coaches and consultants and educators and creative professionals, those who can build the online income streams. So now it's not about all women, but my part in making this transformation is focused on helping these women. So now, how does this apply to your professional purpose? How you can be very specific. For example, we just talked about this today with Marcella. So who are you? If I may, I use you as an example, like, because we talked about, okay, those who want to start their Airbnb businesses or those who've already started, but they want to grow and get more profitable in their Airbnb business. So there's like two very different groups. So where do you want to start? Like, okay, you want to help those, for example, who's been running but haven't done it so successfully. So how you can help them to take their business to the next level, do those things that they haven't maybe tried yet or focused yet or haven't done it successfully. So how can you really support their building their businesses? And then, of course, when you start with something and that starts to grow and you get a good flow in that, you can start adding businesses, adding services into your business, supporting larger groups, maybe then those who want to start running their Airbnbs. And then we also talked about like collaborating with realtors who can bring in leads. So those who want to start investing in properties and then run their Airbnb. So see, there's already like 3 business opportunities there for the 3 different groups. So now we can think about how to grow that business gradually. So what is then the purpose, like you said here, to help women create and run Airbnb businesses? And who are those women? If you can be even more specific, are they moms? Are they busy moms? Have they retired already, but they want extra income? You would speak to these groups very differently. So that's a next, maybe to go deeper in that. So now we have your priorities and your vision for the world. And by world meaning like it can be the bigger purpose, bigger vision for the world, and then how you start to break it down. What is your part in making the difference? Does this make sense? So you don't need to save the world all at once. Yes, you can, but I'm trying to break it down for you a little bit so we can start from somewhere. And then comes the how. I want you to first think about the vision for the world, your part in it, who do you want to help, and then comes the how once you know who you want to help. So I would say this in this order, because you can't really design your services or products before you know like who do you want to help, because of course you want to provide something that the audience, your ideal clients, would find valuable. Let me go to the third one. Are we good? Can we move forward? Yes, you can. Oh, let me just read this comment first. I want to help female solopreneurs in the financial services industry establish themselves as arts, investment, and management industry. I also want to position the visual arts as a respected and viable asset class. Yeah, this was so exciting to ponder these ideas with you, Kai. And here we can see already two, like both helping to make investments. So because how you can invest in art or properties and start building business or wealth in that sense. Okay, so the third one is really putting this to action. And as I mentioned earlier, how you can make time for both. So I want you to really think about in concrete examples, what does the priorities, what you have there? I remember there was relaxation. So what does that mean for you? How do you relax? How do you make time for that? And how do you remember? Is it in your calendar? Do you have, like I have my workout buddy, like we just choose with my husband, like, okay, this is the workout we do today. So we are kind of holding each other accountable for doing that. Like I said, we've been traveling now around the world, and our passion is Argentinian tango. So we are choosing the locations based on like us knowing or hearing that they have very nice local tango community and events. So we know that it's a very easy way for us to keep dancing, have the interest that we have close by. So how can you make it as low bar for you as possible, whether it is about working out, taking time for yourself, for your family, with your friends, for relationships, spending time with your loved ones was mentioned, I think, in all of those. So what does it mean for you? Is the quality time? For us, it's really like Netflix and popcorn evenings as well. It's the dinner nights, it's the dancing, weekend trips. We love to do that. Now we have planned a 2-year anniversary trip. We just booked the flight, so that's exciting. So yes, here around Turkey before we leave. So I want you to really start thinking, what are the actions that you can take, and putting those into your calendar, and also designing the work with. I mentioned the boundaries earlier. So when do you want to be available for your clients? How do you design your work days, work weeks? How much do you take vacation in a year? When? Put it in the calendar. I would love to hear in the chat, what are the concrete examples that you have? And how do you remember? For me, I've been building, like, I really didn't enjoy stretching, but I know that it's good for me because we work out and dance, and it's good for me to take care of my body. So during the COVID, I started to do this morning yoga practice. It's just 5 to 10 minutes in the mornings. And then how I made it more fun for me is that I listen a podcast while I'm doing that. So how can you put it into your days, whatever it is important for you? For relaxation, travel to interesting visual arts and beautiful beach destination, ideally as a digital nomad, yes, I can recommend Greek islands. We were there last summer, and last weekend we went to Princess Islands here in Turkey. Very nice beaches. How I'll remember, schedule in twice a year trip, 2 weeks every 6 months. Perfect. Great example. Now you just choose the month and start looking at flights. What's the next trip that you want to take? Me and my husband, we are not very good at this. We are doing like a last minute things often. So I can recommend, like, okay, booking early, it's better. When my girls are off from school, I want to be off, able to hang out with them and celebrate with them. Perfect. So when they are coming back, you know, like, okay, work day is done, or like, I know some continue after their kids go to bed, whether it suits for you or not. We are living the digital nomad lifestyle, so I feel like I'm on a constant holiday because it's a new place for every month or two. So the weekends are more like for exploring, and then we've created the regular lifestyle, like I said, cooking and working out and next Netflix and chill. But once we exit the door, there's always like new things to explore. Okay, so how does it sound? So we went through the 3 steps for aligning your personal and professional visions together. And I wanted you to start for the vision for your life. So what are the priorities for you, and the number 1 priority? Now how you can put that into action, design the lifestyle based on those. The second one was the vision for the world, and thinking about your part in that. So how you can then start building your business or income streams, helping the ideal clients that you want to support. What is the transformation? What is the solution that you want to provide? And then really making time for both. So how can you put this into your calendar? Do you want to put focus time for your business? When do you do marketing, sales, automation? There's many things to do. When do you meet your clients? When are you available? All those things. And then, okay, knowing when your kids come back from school, you're off, what do you want to do with your kids? The more detailed you can be, the more specific you can be. And thinking about, okay, what do I want to do with my kids after they come home? The easier it is to remember that as well, and not to be like thinking, oh, what do we create today? Or like being intentional. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And I wanted to tell you that, yes, we have the Courage to Lead show, which is the on-demand training that was this week, and today was the last day, but actually tomorrow is the last day because we are running a live workshop with my dear business bestie Melissa. So in the workshop tomorrow, we are doing a rapid fire session because we have a program, 12 steps for launching your online business. And we go through all these 12 steps in an hour tomorrow. I know, true. That'll be a lot of information, but there's also a workbook and you get the recording so that you can then really advance those things in your own time. So who would be excited about learning these 12 steps? There's more steps, of course, for launching and running your online businesses, but I believe these are the essential ones for you to launch, whether it is a new business or you want to launch new online services in your business if you have one already. So we do that. It's part of the Courage to Lead show. It's for our VIP guests. And not only have we the live workshop, but then there's also a strategy session, so we can personally guide you. Some of you have had the business audit session with me already, so in the strategy session we can go deeper to growing and building your business. Oh, by the way, this week's on-demand Courage to Lead interviews are absolutely fabulous. Well, thank you for the feedback. We want to hear your feedback because we are making these events and shows available regularly. At least every quarter, there will be some experts that we want to showcase and feature so that you can really work on your business, different business areas. There was work about work-life balance and harmony. There was marketing, how to make marketing easy and simple, and about branding and building leadership skills. So thanks for the feedback. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna put this in the chat so you can still sign up, and there will be an email with all the links that you can watch the full show. So this is totally for free. You can watch the show for free, and I think we'll keep it a few more days, like open the sessions. Those of you who have signed up or want to join the workshop tomorrow, I believe that was 1 p.m. Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we'll go over those 12 steps for launching your online income streams, your online businesses. So it'll be a very intense session, but last time we got such a good feedback, so we wanted to do this again. You can go, the second link here is for the thank you page to upgrade. I believe now it's $67, if I would say. So we don't normally offer coaching for this price, but now it's for the Courage to Lead show participants to attend the workshop and get the strategy session and get the recordings. We, by the way, have bonus interviews there as well from the past shows. More incredible value there. So you have lifetime access for those recordings, because a lot of our experts who joined the show and shared their strategies, they gave examples what you can do when you're starting your business and also when you're scaling and growing. So then you can go back to the interviews, because you hear new things when you've been building, and then you want to have a look at that again, like, hey, what can I do next? Very, very useful tools. They also share free resources, how to go deeper. Thank you. We have the anniversary soon, next month, so we are very excited about the trip. How long is the strategy session? It's about half an hour, like we had with you today. So how we can find the areas for you to focus on. We look at where are you, what's the vision, what are your concerns, what might be holding you back, how you can overcome that. Is there any blind spots that you haven't noticed, how we can help you to find the strategy for you to progress your business. How does that sound? You can, of course, well, yes, tomorrow is the workshop. So after the workshop, you might have plenty of questions. Like I said, it's the 12 steps. So we will find what are the areas for you to focus on next, and what are the maybe concerns or challenges that you might have, how we can manage those, that you don't fall off track. and you can really progress your vision. Good. Yes. Okay. So yeah, like I mentioned, the second link is directly to the thank you page. So if you have signed up already to the Courage to Lead show, you can go to get your VIP upgrade there, and all the VIP resources that I mentioned. I think there was even more. Maybe I didn't mention all of them. But anyway, tomorrow, live workshop with me and Melissa. We go over the 12 steps for launching online income streams. And then you get the strategy session with me or Melissa to guide you to anything that might be holding you back, to really finding what are the actions that you can do next. So we'll gain clarity on your strategy there. And then there was the recordings and bonus recordings from last Courage to Lead show. Okay, do you have some questions for me at the moment? How can I support you today, and especially with the three topics that we discussed? What did you learn or find about yourself, and how to align your personal and professional vision? I would love to hear those. If you want to unmute or use the chat. And of course, if you have some topics that you would love us to work on next week, that I'm happy to take those ideas. Yes, Kay, you were unmuting yourself.
Yes. Well, I learned that my life is out of alignment, but the best thing about it is I learned that it's really within my control. So I can sculpt and shape things the way that I need it to be, and that's exciting.
Oh, yes, I love that. What is the first thing that you want to do to align it better?
I think the first thing, let me look at my list again.
Yeah.
I think the first thing may be to get clarity on what I mean by things like peace. I know what I mean by relaxation.
Yeah.
And also be a little bit more specific about what type of personal growth, because that personal growth can also be an outgrowth to professional growth as well. But you have to have the right conditions in order to be able to move forward. So just get a little clarity on what I mean, and then just start mapping it out. You're really big about making ourselves accountable in very specific ways. So definitely doing that is something that I need to focus on.
Yes, and let me know when you have tickets to a new travel place.
I definitely will.
As well. But yeah, like you said, personal growth is a very large topic. So what could be something that you want to focus on next, and who can support you with that? Too long I tried to figure things out on my own, and now that I have business and leadership coaching, mentoring, and a community that can support me, my business bestie Melissa is from the same program. So I mean, what can happen when you have like-minded people to also support that growth with you? I learned or got reminded of that clear thinking and goal setting is important. I am not there yet, but thank you, Kaisa. I would be happy to see you again in our next session. I'll try to be as clear as I can, bringing you different exercises and topics that you can take forward. I know we are not like changing your life and business in 30 minutes. So how can you now take these questions, go reflect on that, how you start to put this into your calendar, and what does it to really break all those topics down that you were listing as your priorities. I can relate to trying to figure things out on my own, perhaps discuss productivity and how to properly manage it. Productivity, can you tell me a little bit more, like, do you mean like time management, or what type of productivity? Setting goals?
Uh, any and all of it would be applicable.
Okay.
And it's a broad topic and you can break it down to whatever works best. But, I feel that learning how to manage that will help you to be able to move things forward a little bit more, whether it's in your personal life, in your business, or in the alignment of the two.
Yes. Okay. I'll take a note of productivity. Maybe we'll discuss that next week, because I think that would be actually great after this session, because you would have the visions, the priorities for your personal life, for your business, or at least thinking about clarifying them and how to put that into the calendar. So then next week, I think the productivity would actually work perfectly with that. So thank you for the topic. Now I don't need to think about the topic, just the actions to bring you the tips. Productivity noted. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow in the workshop and hearing your feedback on the Courage to Lead show. That was very encouraging that you found the systems valuable. So that's what we want to do. No fluff, but real actionable advice there. I'll share that with my experts as well. And yes, next week we'll discuss about productivity. Thanks, Kay. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording here. So, and like I mentioned, you have a link to the replays. I'll download these to YouTube so you can go back to any previous session as well. Thank you all for today. Thank you, Dana, for joining us.